right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This is Angel, your host today. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew. It is now February 16th, 2022. All right, we're about 6 weeks into this whole new year. Let's see what's going down with these markets today. Who's out there today? All right, we got a few people out there. Hello. Hi, good morning. We got the East Coast up. We got the West Coast waking up right now. Okay, let's check it out. All right, so today we got the Fed. The Fed minutes are coming out. So not the meeting, the Fed minutes. This is the meeting that actually occurred 2 weeks ago. They talked about inflation, where we had Jerome Powell being interviewed, and the market kind of cratered a little bit. A lot has changed since then, and mostly, there's a lot of indecision right there. So what I'm noticing about these markets is that we got to be careful as an investor. Okay, I'm noticing some patterns that are kind of that the institutions are starting to they're starting to buying, and then retail is buying the rip, and then they're selling the rip. All right, so again, just be careful. We're going to be looking at certain levels, but ultimately, earnings are coming out, and they have been okay. Some of them not great. The ones that have been okay, like AMD, that guided up, did well. They're going higher, but they're not staying up higher. They're not holding certain levels. So good morning. What's up? There you go, JDH. What's up? What's up, James? What's up? Good morning. So anyway, just got to be careful. I'm noticing that there's no day twos. What I mean by day twos is that when things are being bought, there's no follow through, right? So the markets are kind of like in no man's land at this moment, and there haven't been a clear direction. And so let's go into it. Let's dive into it. Today, what do we have? We have a big day today. And I think things will change at 2 o'clock today. So the FOMC meeting minutes, I always mess up that word. They come out today, and good morning to you too. The Fed minutes come out. So again, 2 p.m. is going to change everything. So I think that it's already baked in, but there's a level of uncertainty because the market doesn't know. So anything can happen then. If I think that 25 or basis points is already baked in, and we could rally if they kind of reiterate that. However, if Bullard came out last week and was talking about like 50, 100 basis point, then if that's kind of like getting some steam in the Fed minutes, then we can probably go back down. So anything's possible, but the market's not super positive at this moment, meaning there's not a lot of optimism for things to go higher. So again, just know that. So again, we got the Fed minutes. So that's for today. That's what we're going to be looking at today. Tomorrow morning, we got the housing. Okay, and that's going to be big. And we got Fed Bullard discusses the economy and policy outlook. Remember, Fed Bullard is the one who has been very, very hawkish, meaning he wants to raise interest rates. He's building a case to, go hard, go fast, and I think that's why the market's kind of having a little bit of reaction or just kind of hesitation. So know that we have minutes today at 2. We have housing stats for tomorrow. And 11 a.m., it's Fed Bullard coming at it again, talking. So interesting day. And then we have Mester, who's very, very dovish, but she comes out after the market closes. And guess what? We have also a 4-day weekend, meaning are they going to take it up into a long holiday, right? So 4 days next week. So I don't know. I don't know. And existing home sales on Friday. All right, so just kind of throwing that out there that we have some potential news that could hit the wire tomorrow. All right, as far as today, we have NVIDIA after the close, okay? We have QuantumScape QS. I think that all eyes are going to be at NVIDIA. Trade Desk is just came out. Pre-market is not looking good. Then we have Roku. Now, the thing with Roku is these guys missed their earnings on ad sales last quarter. They guided down. So they have to beat. Like, and they can't beat by like 5 cents, 10 cents. They got to be big, right? And if they don't, then Roku can go back down. And we're noticing across the board, if you look at the Google earnings, they all stated the same thing, that YouTube sales are down. Facebook ad sales are down. Everybody's like ad sales are down. So Roku, again, the only one had decent was Snap, I believe. But I don't know. Anything's possible, guys. Now, NVIDIA, here's the thing. They could come out with good earnings and they can go up. But AMD guided up and it went up, but it didn't go. It kind of held back. And so watching the video, if they say anything about chip shortage and they're having problems getting parts, that could maybe put some pressure on the semiconductors as a whole. Okay. We have Walmart Thursday and Fiverr. Okay, so Walmart is announcing, so that might be something that we could look for tomorrow morning. All right, so let's look here. So that's what we got there. On the news fronts, everything. I mean, I think the Russia news is over. For the most part, I think that was yesterday's news. I think that we should put retail sales surged 3.8% in January, much more than expected amid inflation rise. Okay, so that just came out. All right, so let's see how the market's reacting to that. Let's go in here and let's look at the E-minis. Okay, so the E-minis had a wild ride. Now, these markets have been very, very erratic, guys. Very super, super erratic. So on the right, we have the futures on the 1 minute time frame. On the left, we have the 15-minute time frame. And I just want to show you how erratic this market was overnight. Overnight around 3 a.m. again, markets reacted very positive, and it went up all the way to 44.76. Okay, just up there, 44.76 would probably put us around 44.85, and then quickly sold off. The 4 a.m. hour was right around, right in there. The highs of 44.76, and it kind of sold off. Currently, we're right back down to 44.50, and we're working our way lower. So the market seems to be reacting somewhat positive to those retail sales numbers. We're right there. So let's see. That's a positive note. Let's see if it can get some legs going. All right. Let's go into the overall to what are we looking for as far as what type of conditions are we facing today. And we're going to look at the market environment. So we're going to look at the XPX, NDX, and the Russell right now. So the XPX, again, remember, the market doesn't go straight down in one linear fashion. So again, and what I'm noticing is that, and I talked about this in class. If you haven't watched the video, please watch it. It's on Patreon. We talked about why news events come in. It kind of seems coordinated. Right back down when we sold off, everybody's saying buy the dip, buy the rip. Things are great. You got Kramer. I mean, just go back to what Kramer said right around January 25th, 27th, 28th. And again, if we follow the 50-day moving average, we know that in order for us to be bullish or back on track, we need to get above 4,600. The 50-day is a strong barometer. We're not getting up there. Remember, we're holding. And I've put on the Fibonacci's, and just for my new individuals out there, if we do the Fibonacci's all the way to the bottom, guess what? Fibonacci's is stopping right at that 61st retracement. So not until we get above it, which is also in alignment with the 50-day moving average, that we are going to be bullish. Right now, we're solding off, right? So again, the lows here are 43.63. We are trying to rally here, but it's more of a consolidation action going on in here. Let me get rid of the Fibonacci's because it's too much. I don't want to get analysis paralysis here. So we know where that number is at. It's right there. So ultimately, the MACDs look like it wants to go, but if this starts turning, then more likely we're probably going to head lower. And again, remember the 200-day moving average is right there. It's right at that 44.50. So again, that's a pretty significant level. So we start breaking below that, then more likely we're going to start taking down. But I like this bounce here. It looks good for the short term. It looks like we're probably going to rally and stay in the range of last week. Again, 45.91, somewhere in this range. Again, can you make money in this range? Absolutely. And this is why we look at the shorter time frames. Okay. As far as the NASDAQ is same type of price action, seems to be going a little bit higher. So let's see what happens here. We have this sideways consolidation, right? Sideways action going on the NASDAQ or the QQQs. So again, and the IWM rallying. Okay, again, but this is a dead cat bounce. Boom, boom, or a bear flag, right? So again, we're not going to go down all in one line. Things are great. People are buying, 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 buying. And remember, the other shoe could drop right around this area. So be careful as you're buying. You don't want to buy near the top. You want to base, right? So again, I'm just going to remind you, this is where that statement came from. You know, if you're eager to buy, don't chase it, let it base. And what I mean by that is right now, this is a basing pattern in the making, right? But in order for us to like get back in, it needs to break the highs here, break up, retest, and start working its way higher. Same thing on the XPX. Break, retest, and go higher. And the again, we don't see the base here on the Russell. It needs to actually come down, come up, and base. So the Russell looks like a continuation pattern still to the downside. So again, we need all three to be in alignment, and that's what I mean by that. So ultimately, we could maybe rally into these numbers, but know this, that they're selling the rips. That's what I'm noticing. Okay, so institutions are selling the rip. All right, as far as the VIX, we talked about this yesterday. So Monday, Tuesday, the VIX is the measurement of fear. Monday, Tuesday, it starts up high, then goes down. Wednesday, we'll probably stay in this range, maybe till 2 p.m. Again, how do we know if we're going to crater? Well, let's put a level at 28.12. So if you start hitting that and we start breaking support or levels of demand, then we're probably going to go lower. Again, so right there, pre-market, if you want to have something a little earlier, 26.04, it's just going to give you a little alert right there. Now, if we work our way lower, then that means we're probably going to go higher. Pretty simple utilization of the VIX. That's how we use it here, but it looks like 2 p.m., we're going to be all eyes on the VIX and all eyes on your position because there will be a move happening around 2:30, 2:45. Remember, the minutes are going to come out at 2. They're going to talk about it. They're going to look at it. They're going to analyze it. They're going to revise it. And then the market will pick a direction at 2:30, 2:45. Okay, so have both your positions, your calls or puts, or the positions you want to look at. Now, the 10-year note is above 2%. So this is what's putting a little extra pressure on a lot of the tech stocks, even if they have good earnings. Remember, money's becoming more expensive. The 10-year note, they said by the end of the year is going to be at 2.5. Let the market get comfortable here, but it's climbing. Remember, just over 2-3 weeks ago, we were in the 1.5 range. Okay, so now it's becoming more expensive. As far as the VIX, the XPX, the levels we're going to be looking at today, right now we're currently at 44.58. 44.58 is going to put us right 44.58, right where we close, right where we close. So again, do we have enough steam to go higher? Now, here's the thing about this setup is that we like taking trades at the 50-day moving average. Remember, to guys in my class, to guys in, if you've been watching me for a long time, we like to take trades off the 50. So let this set up. This would be a big move. So if you're going to wait for the 50, it's getting close. MACDs are still working its way higher. So that means that even though we might have a bearish bias overall, it just means that, again, we are in the bullish side short term of this bear cycle, right? So again, we dropped down big last week. We're going a little bit higher. Maybe we go higher to that 44.94, 4400. Watch what happens at 2 p.m. because that is a perfect scenario for us because if at 2 p.m. anything can happen. If we rally, then we can probably rally just based on we can rally, about 130 points. Remember, guys, this was last week. Last week's, the moves on the XPX have been pretty big. We've been having 190 point moves last week. The week before that, we've had, again, 182 point moves. Okay. So again, if you measure the week's moves on the XPX, they're quite significant. So ask yourself, again, if this is the bottom, I'm not saying it is, but is it the bottom? And we've been averaging about 182 point moves. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. 4550, 4600. That puts us right at that 50-day moving average on the dailies. Okay, guys. So how much of this move do we want to take? And that's why an opportunity is going to present itself right around that 2 p.m. Okay, so again, this is the bear cycle, and we're now slowly coming up higher. And again, this is what I mean. If the 25 basis point is already baked in, I think we probably can go higher. We need some good news in the market, some news that is not baked. Like, uncertainty is not good. I'm a little wary about Fed Bullard coming out tomorrow at 11, but again, that's 11 o'clock. That's a long time away. We're going to be focusing on what's today. And again, so watch that 50-day of 45.93. It looks like it probably wants to rally and touch out. We're pretty close. I don't know why we shouldn't. And again, watch all the moving averages. That's also going to give you a signal. And watch here. So again, yes, at the 50, again, if you want to take the trade, we didn't have the perfect setup because we gapped up and went a little higher. And we remained pretty high for the most part. We didn't really sell off, but this 44.72 is pretty hard on the XPX. Now, if we go higher, we're probably going to hit that, definitely that 4,500, because that's 4,500 is a nice round number. And again, if we look here, 4,500 is a nice round number. So we'll be looking at that. But next level up is going to be 45.26. So if 4,500 gets taken out, 45.26, it's somewhere in there, 45.20, 26, somewhere in that range. We're probably going to go to that level. Why? Because that was a pretty strong level up there. And then if we take that out, we're probably going to go to that 45.89. So again, there is some movement here, and 45.89, 90 right in there. So on the upper range of the last 2 weeks. Okay, so right there, a big opportunity is coming. If you want to trade this, you can trade. So great question. So let me answer Skates here. Are you watching the 4,600 calls and 4,500 puts? Yes, I'll be a good, and buy yourself some time. So you won't be emotional. Okay, so today is Wednesday. What happens with 0 days to expiration, especially when Fed Chairman Powell, when the minutes come out at 2 p.m. Remember, you only got 2 hours of getting the movement right. So then 2:30, 2:45, that gives you an hour and 15 minutes, and it has to be right. So the good thing is they'll be cheaper. You can get in, you can make a lot of money, but you'll probably, if you don't have your exit strategy in place, you're probably, your mind can work with you. So a way you can battle that is if you get a week out or maybe till Friday, right? Then, you won't be pressed for time today thinking, oh my God, because you might get the move right, but you might get it at the end of close, and that way you're probably going to be very emotional at the end of close because your time is running out. So buy yourself some time. The other thing too, you can also buy the SPY, same type of thing, right? And then you can buy yourself a week, 2 weeks, so you won't have to, so we can take away that emotional aspect of trading. Okay, and you can just think logically and just trade what you see. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. 4,600 calls will be on the table, or 460 calls if you're trading the SPY. And then on the bottom side, I would probably be looking at the 442, 4,400 puts, somewhere in there. Right in there. We're looking at about 100 points away when you trade XPX from the 50-day moving average. Either way. Look for those. And then on the SPY, maybe 443, somewhere in there, maybe 445. These won't be that expensive. So maybe on the upside, you'll probably be looking at 455 on the SPY. All right. So that's what we got there. But a good opportunity is probably going to prevail this afternoon around 2 o'clock. And remember, we have other macroeconomics numbers occurring tomorrow and Friday. And also, think about it. The Olympics end on Sunday. And I thought about this Ukraine thing. Even though I think this is over, if you're going to attack, are you going to announce it to everybody in the world? Hey, I'm attacking. I don't think it works that way. But anyway, always be careful. So we have a 4 day weekend, and we have no, my pleasure, my pleasure. We have the 4 day weekend, and the Olympics end on Sunday. So we have to be a little bit careful. Are they going to take risk on or risk off on Friday? So that'll be interesting. We're gonna watch with the money flow on Friday and see. More than likely, if I had a hunch, I'm gonna say it's probably risk off. But it's not really about me. It's about it's about really about the moment. Money moving. We'll see in what way, shape, or form. Bitcoin working his way higher, broke the 50, is trying to hold. Right, we had a nice rally. We're probably coming to the end here, so it's probably going to consolidate here. I would suspect that the MACDs are probably going to pull back a little bit, right in this range, of. There's the VIX. VIX just crossed. Okay, all right, that was a first. And there we go. So we're getting some fear getting into the marketplace, and this is how the VIX and the alert system works. So now, okay, this is an alert. So we're going to be looking to see that there is fear entering into the marketplace. Okay, so now it's trading with the XPX going into Bitcoin right now. So let it pull back. We're probably going to base. We're in this demand zone that I wrote a couple of weeks ago. So let's see, let it base, and then, but it looks good. It's trading above the 50. To get it going, we need above 46,103. I think it'll really get it going. And MicroStrategy slowly working his way up, but it's doing the same thing as Bitcoin, right? The same type of pattern here. So if you feel like Bitcoin's a go, MicroStrategy could be a go, has a lot of movement to the upside. Ethereum, same type of pattern at the 50, and let's see. Okay, so let's see if we can find some movers here. Anything that's going to be super, super exciting, maybe for the morning plays. Let's see, potential movers. Okay, let's check it out. So XPX, NDX, and Russell. So we're noticing fear coming back into the NDXPX 4461. That's going to put us right in here, 4461. So we're going to be right there, pretty far away from the 50-day moving average. I would like to see this thing pull back and see how it reacts around that 4434. And the MACDs are kind of just consolidating sideways. NASDAQ, again, pretty far away. We could have an exhaustion buy on both the XPX and NASDAQ, but again, low probability. It could run, but how high? Okay, so let's see. And I think a pullback is imminent. Not really a high probability trade. MACDs are winding up for something, maybe a move down or up, but it's winding up. Not in an ideal place, but it's winding up for a move. Now the Russell looks a little bit weaker. Russell looks like it wants to pull back a little bit. So let's see what happens there. Google winding up. Again, we have this little wind up action. Try to go this morning at 2740. I think if Google tries to go, it's really close to breaking out 2770, 2760. If it starts taking that out, it can probably run. Don't know if it's going to run, but again, it's right at this moment, 2730. I think it's going to be at the mercy of the overall markets, right? So they're buying it at 2718. They're holding it up. Okay, we have some boxes occurring here on the 15-minute time frame. Let's see what happens here, but it's winding up. I think a move is imminent on Google. I don't know which way yet. But it's winding up. Okay, we have Amazon. Again, same as Google, winding up, just right there. As far as the move today, can probably go to 3174 or can go to 3091. Currently 3120. So again, that is winding up. Okay, Tesla ran up quite a bit. Ran up from 835. Remember, Tesla is in this sideways consolidation area. So let me just give you that sideways, but it's winding up. So it's right there. They're either going to take it back down to about 894 or it's going to go back up. If it takes out 928, it can probably retest the highs of 950. Remember, 950 is really, really strong. As far as what do we got? ISRG, again, too far away from the 50. Let it pull back to 286. A big move is coming. Don't know if it's coming down or up. CMG just going sideways. So if you want to play CMG and this looks good to you, just know that they're buying it around 1556, 1547. Let's say 1550, they're buying it. Okay. That's been in price action for the last 4 days, 5 days. Okay. Now, and they're selling it right around 1600. So again, 1550 to 1600. That seems like a nice little move. And remember, that's the sideways consolidation that I'm noticing. As far as Lamb Research, had a nice move, let it pull back again. Roblox came out with bad earnings, like not good earnings. So again, is it going to affect the chips? That news, I think NVIDIA is a game changer today. They announced today at the close. Let's see what they have to say. But Lamb Research needs to pull back. Let it pull back to 578. Goldman Sachs right there, winding up 363. If Goldman goes negative, it's going to put pressure on the XPX, right? So 363, it can go down to 355, 366 to get it better. Netflix moving pre-market. It's going down. They're taking it down. So, all right, Netflix could be the one. If Netflix takes out 400, it can probably go down to 394 and then 382. On the upside, needs 409 to be better. But that 409, 406 is pretty strong on Netflix, okay? Pretty strong. 418 is the beast number on Netflix. Roku, they're taking it down. Again, I don't know what Roku has to say. 166, if their ad sales, remember, they missed their ad sales revenue last quarter when everyone was beating. So have things changed? Have they sold enough Roku during this time that's going to increase their ad revenue? Don't know, but if they miss, these guys can be back down to about 100, like 148 back. I mean, it can go back down pretty hard if they miss. So again, they're announcing soon. If you feel that Roku is not going to do well, you can take a lotto play there. But 166, it can go down. NVIDIA. Now, here's the thing about NVIDIA. They do announce earnings today after the close. Now, are they going to beat or not beat? Now, these guys killed their earnings. Their earnings were superb last quarter. They guided up. They said the right things. The thing about NVIDIA, let's break this thing down. So NVIDIA right now, we know that if I look at the weekly perspective, just kind of show you this, we know that right around the 50-day moving average on the week or the 50-week move, they're buying it. They're buying it at 207 at a nice discount. This is where, they say, okay, it's really good price. They're driving it up from that level. If we're looking at, right, from a daily perspective, we are trading below the 50. We're right there. Right at that 50. 270 is pretty hard for NVIDIA. 272 to be exact. Beast number. But they do have earnings. Anything is possible. Their estimate is 1.23. It's $1.23, $7.42 billion. Now, they probably will be, the thing about it, are they going to guide up? Maybe. I think they will, right? This is a big chip manufacturer. But if we listen to the other chip manufacturers, what they said also that they were having trouble getting the supplies to make more new chips. So anything's possible. Maybe NVIDIA's the one. It can go. But if NVIDIA right now is looking weakness, let's see if it can hold this level of 263. It can go either way, guys. 270 is pretty hard. Again, at the close, don't know what's going to happen. But if either way, it can go either way. It's a 50-50. Nobody really knows. So we can watch it maybe for a lotto play today. All right, Mercado Libre and also the Fed minutes will affect that. Mercado Libre working his way, don't have anything there. Apple, watch Apple, 170. If this starts creating, can put pressure on the markets. Shopify came out with earnings, were not good. They're taking it down, too far away from the 50. Let it come back up and reset that. As far as Trade Desk, came out with earnings, not good. They're taking it down. Affirm, garbage company. Guys, I'm not a big Affirm fan. $42. This thing could really crater. Right now, they're just holding it up to the upside because we always take both sides of the coin. 45 to get it better, but they're taking it down. And this thing, once it breaks 42, it's going to go down. Upstart, these guys did well. They came out with earnings. They did well, but they're selling an AI component, a program software. That's what they have. That's why these guys are different. Are they going to take it up? Don't know. Watch it at 130. They haven't been taking things up. nothing has been running day two. So let's see what happens there. HubSpot going sideways, right? Still consolidating. Zoom, sideways action. Look at this sideways action. It's like the market's waiting. They're waiting on something. Bookings moving, but again, sideways action. You got 26.91. The play was yesterday at the open. Is it going to have a day two? I don't have the pre-market action there. ServiceNow got hammered. Let's see what happens here. Looks decent. Let it come back up. 595 to get it better. Let's see how it reacts around 586. Coinbase. If Bitcoin goes down, this goes down. So pretty simple analysis there. Looks like probably wants to go back to 200. It's been trading between 207 and 200. Watch it there. As far as the chips, this page will move today. So we got INTU sideways. We got 540, 509. Qualcomm rallied nicely yesterday. But again, there's no day twos. Okay, what I mean by that, we had a nice run. Is it going to have a day two? 174, 175 to get it better. But right now, if we're getting the same action we've had, the sideways consolidation, there hasn't been day twos. ASML trying to go. Let's see how it reacts around 652, 665 to get it better, or it can go down to 629. AMD working his way lower. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it can regain that 120. AMAT has earnings today. These guys are really conservative. Watch 138, but they did really well. They didn't guide up. They guided down last quarter, but they made a lot of money. Let's see what they're 186, and they made 6.19 billion. Okay, that's their expectation. I think they're going to beat that because they guided down intentionally. Avgo, right at that 55.92. Watch it. This might be ready to go. Watch it at 592, 606 to get it better, and 564. Micron moved yesterday, 90 to about 95. Let's see what happens at that $95 area. Is it going to come back down? Remember that we having this sideways action going down. Roblex working his way lower. Roblex was not good. They did not come out with good earnings, so they're probably going to take it down. All right, that's all we got. Let me see if I can find all right, so there's Google. All right, so pre-market, here's Google, guys. We're looking at the 1 minute and the 50-minute time frame. On the left, you have the 1 minute. On the right, you got the 50-minute time frame. So Google, they're taking it down pre-market. Right now, it's at 27.23. If it can take 27.16, it's probably going to go lower, right? We're probably got 26.81. 26.81, and then it's probably got 26.66 and 26.45 on Google. Okay, it is trying to base here, but again, we're at the 50-day moving average, and it's working its way lower. MACDs are getting fresh set of MACDs. Google can move either way, but as far as momentum that we're noticing that it's probably working its way lower pre-market. So anything can change in the next 20-something minutes. Okay, so we got Google. Let me see. Let's look at the spiders because I know a lot of you guys trade that. And the spiders are working his way lower too. Again, on the 50-minute time frame, spiders are working his way lower. So we have this sideways consolidation. We have a gap to fill there at 441. So again, at the 50, I'm going to show you here. Let's look at the hourlies here. See if we can find something here. Sideways consolidation on the hourlies. Okay, so we're right there on SPY. 446 to get it better. 451. 458 on the upside. On SPY in the bottom, we can fill this gap of maybe 440. 435. So something big is going to happen on spiders. I think at 2 p.m. we're going to get those moves there on spiders. Okay, this is a derivative of the XPX. Let's look at the QQQs. QQQs. All right. Working his way lower. Okay, we got the VIX climbing. So are they going to sell it into 2 p.m.? Looks like it's going to be a move. So again, showing weakness here. Watch it at 353 on the QQQs. It's kind of having this sideways consolidation. Pre-market couldn't break 357. So watch it there. Looks like it's probably going to go back down to this level of 352 on the bottom side. 350, 344, 341. On the upside, you got 360, 360, and then you got 367. All right, let's look at the IWM. IWM, again, on the hourlies, we had a nice breakout yesterday, right? Not really ideal, but close enough here. Broke out nicely. A lot of headwind at that 206. 206 at the 50 on the 50-minute time frame. Working his way lower. Is it going to hold that 205 or 205? Can it hold, or is it going to come back down to the previous levels of 202? Which will put us right at that 50-day moving average. And again, we have this sideways consolidation. So again, let it set up. These things will move big at 2 p.m. So watch it around 12:45. Let's see what happens there. But again, these are probably the plays that I'm going to be looking at for today. Amazon also working its way lower. Let me see what Amazon looks like. Okay, Amazon at the 50, close to the 50 on the 50-minute time frame and the hourly. So Amazon, something big is about to happen on Amazon. Don't know which way yet, but it looks weak. Looks weak. Okay, so Amazon, let me just double check here on the dailies. Okay, Amazon, major headwind at the 31.73. We're still working our way higher on the dailies, but things can change here. Looks like it's kind of like if this starts breaking on the hourlies, then Amazon's rally up can be finishing and going down. So watch Amazon for a play there. On the bottom, you have 30.92. 15-minute time frame. You got 30.92, 30.54, 30.13 on the bottom side. On the upside, to get better, you got a short pre-market one at 31.45. And then a lot of headwind right in this area here. A lot of headwind at this 31.75, 31.80. Right in there, right? A lot of headwind. Tons of headwind. If it can take that out, you got 32.23 and 32.78. But I don't know if that's possible with everything that's going down right now. I don't know if that's even possible. You know what I mean? So don't know, unless we get some really positive news. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. They're selling the rips. So don't know. Just be careful. All right, guys, that's all we got. Let's get ready. It's 9:08, 9:08, 9:08. All right. For those of you in the Patreon group, guess what? I just put out levels there for you. I'm going to start doing that in the evenings when I dissect levels, and it's on the e-minis to help you kind of organize yourself with your trades. But if you go on our Patreon, I posted some levels there for you, and you'll have everything I just said to you right there. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great, great day. Just got to, just pick your spots. Don't overtrade. Look for the perfect setups. And I'll see if I'll dive into Trading View this afternoon. Amazon's moving. It's moving. Look at that. Amazon's moving. Pre-market. Amazon is moving to the downside. That could be a play there. Both. Boom, boom. Perfect play. All right, guys. Let me see. What do we got? Thanks for that, by the way. No problem. No problem. All right, guys. Take care. Take care. Take care. Stay out there. Stay green. Give yourself some time and go out there. Stay good. And if you haven't already,